Hey traders, John Howell here. In this video, I have another amazing training for you to help you with your trading. For the last few days, I've been sending you out some free training. So if you haven't seen those, make sure you go to your email and check out those as well too. Now today, I'm going to teach you another simple but very powerful chart reading and trading technique. And wait till you see the examples I'm going to show you. It's going to start to click on how you can start to apply this to your trading today to start to benefit you in a big way. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about how you can get free access to my entire Master Trader collection. So let's get straight into it. Hey traders, John Howell here. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I want to teach you guys about trading with the trend, or how do you actually trade with the trend is more important than doing that. Or should I say, important rule, make sure you are trading with the trend. And so anyway, guys, that's what this video is all about. Before I start this video, guys, this video here is education only. I'm educating you on something you can add to your own trading to help you become a much better trader. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because trading is risky and it can whip your ass big time. Trust me, I know. All right, guys, before I do start, free trading course, you want coaching from me, anything like that, links in the description, go check it out. All right, let me just share with you what I mean here. One thing I've learned from two mentors, all right, two mentors that I've learned here is this. Two of my mentors that I learned here, one mentor here, let's call him one, and then two mentor over here. They're both very successful traders in their own right, made millions and millions of dollars. And they've both taught me this. My very first mentor over here, I was introduced to him over 10 years ago. And he always said this. He said, if you trade the daily chart, which he was, trade the daily chart, when I learned from him, he said, if everything is lined up, everything's looking great, but suddenly you everything, like your system and the rules and everything looks great, but then suddenly, you find yourself getting stopped out a lot. He used to tell me, if that's the case, John, well then you're not looking at the higher time frame, or you're not looking at the weekly chart right. And I always used to watch him look at the weekly chart. I always used to watch him looking at the charts itself. And I was talking about this with my private clients just recently, and I was explaining to them that this is a big lesson that I've had to learn a few times this year. I've gone against this rule, and every single time I've had a losing trade because of this rule. So if everything looks great on the daily chart, but the weekly chart is going against you, then that trade has a very low probability. Simply means this is that when my very first mentor here was telling me this, he used to draw trend lines and all that sort of stuff. And I didn't really understand it that much. But when my second mentor here, he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. He was saying, John, whenever you find a trade that's going against the overall underlying direction of the trend, or if you find, just say for example, you're trading a daily chart and you get a nice bullish signal, but then you see the weekly chart and the trend looks like that, it's like, you're going against the underlying direction of the trend. And then it snapped, the rubber band snapped, and it made sense to me. Now let me give you an example here of a trade that I took, and I just got smacked with it, and I learned my lessons here. Let me just show you a trade here, right? So I got into this day right here, and again I want to share with you what I saw. So I got into this day right here, all right? This day right here. And so why did I get to this day here? Well, I'm not going to go into my whole complete trading rules, but basically every single bit of my rules actually met on this day here, and it was a nice good trade right here, right there, right? It was a nice good trade. All my trading rules met: high low, breaking of high low, breaking up, increasing volume, etc. Everything was going well. Make sense? Now, if I bring this over here, let me just do this. So to the right is the weekly chart. All right, to the right is the weekly chart, and to the left is the daily chart. All right, let me just bring this over here for a minute, so I can show you what I'm seeing here. So right now I had this chart right here, right, and this is what the weekly chart looked like over here. Now let me ask you a question. Everything looks great, right? Everything. This actually looks like a quite nice bullish signal here. We have this here is actually breaking up. It's breaking past this resistance level. We've got an increase in volume. We're making higher lows, breaking up. looks pretty good, right? Moving averages are pointing up, etc., etc. Everything looks like this thing looks like it's gaining momentum to the high side. But then we go to the weekly chart, and what do we see on the weekly chart? Lower high, and this still could be a what? A lower high. Where is the overall major trend on this weekly chart? Down, right? Down. So I saw that, and I'm like, nah, this can't be. And I was looking for a damn reason. I was looking for an excuse, a damn reason. This is a lesson for you guys, okay? And I'm not ashamed to talk about my mistakes, because that's how I continue to grow much better as a trader. I was looking for a reason to get in the market when I knew I shouldn't have been in the market, when my rules were clear telling me don't get into this trade. I'm like, nah, I'm better than this, because I had a few wins. I was a bit cocky. And that's where the weekly chart was. What was happening? I was trading against the underlying direction of the trend. Everything else lined up, but I was trading against the underlying direction of the trend. So then guess what happened afterwards? The market started coming off. And the very next day, I got smacked like a 40% loss on my option. Now, thankfully, I made that back moving forward after that, but I got stopped out there, and as you can see, the market completely reversed. And then guess what? This is obviously what happened on the weekly chart, right? The market completely reversed. Now, what was the main thing here? The main thing here, guys, is that one of the number one biggest trading success lesson that I can impart on you guys is, if you're looking at a really good, no matter what time frame you're trading, if you are trading, say, a 1 minute chart, then look at, say, at least a 5 minute chart for the trend. If you're trading a 5 minute chart, look for the 15 minute chart for the trend. You're trading, say, a 15 minute chart, look for the 60 chart for the trend. If you're trading a 60 minute chart, look for the daily chart for the trend. You're trading a daily chart, look for the weekly chart for the trend. Make sense, guys? So that's what you want to trade with the overall direction of the trend. And as you can see here, right, everything looks like it's starting to build some strength. And as you can see, the sellers came in. Don't ever trade against, the number one trading success tip that I can apply onto you guys is never trade against the underlying direction of the higher time frame, because more times than not, you're going to get your head handed to you. And this is actually I was talking about this morning again too with my private clients. And I was talking about this lesson, and then one of the guys said, "Hey, John, bring up EL," and I'm like, "All right, bring up EL." And as you can see, right, we looked at this. We looked at this day here. So this is an example here, where the market looks like it's starting to top out. We had a big down day. We had an increase in volume at that time, but guess what was happening is also, well, guess this time right here, guess where that was? Right there. Right. So right here is where that was. Let me actually bring this here. All right, so you can see that the trend. Where was the trend clearly on this weekly chart at this time right now? Up, right? So it's like, there's clearly the buyers in control. You don't want to be short in this market. Just because the trend is up doesn't mean you want to go long, right? There's a combination there. The combination is when you get a nice, powerful breakout trade signal. If it's with the underlying direction of the trend, that's a nice, good trade. When it's not, then you're going against it. And again, guys, this is what the market does, right? You can see here like a big sucker rally down, like a big sell-off bar down, and you can see the increase in volume. The market gets short here, and look at this, bam! Like we're talking like almost an 8% move the very next day, and then poof, the market took off. So here you go, guys. Here is probably my number one trading success tool that I use to help me when I'm identifying high probability trades. So if you've enjoyed today's free training, I want to give you free access to the Master Trader Collection. I've taken my entire Master Trader Collection and I've put it in the Master Trader Lab. Now, in the brand new Master Trader Lab, you're going to learn the most unknown and powerful secret pathways, chart reading strategies, 7-figure trading secrets, 2 amazing trading systems, millionaire mindset, and so much more to help you become what I call a master trader without spending 15 years to try and figure it all out. Now, I'm going to give you free access, a free trial to this. So click on the link below right now and go over to the next page to grab your free trial to the Master Trader Lab. Go do that right now.